Merry Christmas, everyone. Happy holidays. Happy Hanukkah. I think that's still going on. Anyways, welcome to a impromptu late night live stream. Haven't done one for a couple of weeks. To be honest, it was just a combination of just, I wasn't feeling the spirit. Wasn't up to feeling funny. But tonight, I'm feeling all right. Had a nice Christmas real nice Christmas with the family, with my in-laws. And we got home around, I don't know, 7:30, 8 o'clock. And we chilled for a bit. And then my lady went to bed. And so now I'm still up because I ain't got to work tomorrow. So why not? Let's have a little fun. So tonight we're going to enjoy some Christmas cheer. We are going to watch a, what do we got here? So we got another episode of Kidding Around. We've played a couple of episodes of this show in the past. This is a Christmas episode. This actually takes place on 12/25/1982. So that's 40 fucking years ago. Jesus Christ. Anyway, because I was alive at that time. I was just a wee lad. I was a little boy. In fact, Christmas in 1982 was not a particularly good Christmas. I don't really remember it, but yeah, there was some things that happened I'm not going to get into, but it was just not a good year. Yeah, we're going to watch that. And then after that, we're going to watch some, we're going to go local again. And we got a Christmas broadcast from Christmas Eve of 1983. And it's going to have some vintage Marianne Childers in it, which I know if you're a regular watcher of the show, you're a fan of Marianne Childers. So let's go ahead and switch our Magic View screen here. Let's get the monitor up and running here. All right, we're transitioning, and we have fully transitioned. Kidding Around, 1982, complete broadcast with commercials. I believe so. This is Fuzzy Memories. He never leaves out the commercials. So let's do this.
Watch Kidding Around Saturday at noon here on Channel 5.
I. The I always look like a candy corn to me. Kidding around.
Kidding around.
Fuck this shit, man.
Hi, I'm Jenny Ward.
And I'm Steve Smith.
Today on Kidding Around, we have a very special Christmas celebration.
So from what I understand, Steve Smith was I think he was like a circus dude. I think he did like some clown performing or something. I was reading some, like, a little bit of story on him, and I guess he did some clown work. I don't know. I don't know what they call he did some clown work. You know, he was clowning, as they call it in the biz.
We're going to hear a medley of Christmas songs performed by a 13-year-old pianist. The Medina Motion Swing Choir is going to entertain us.
We'll talk to 3 kids appearing in A Christmas Carol. The Glen Hill Dancers will do a special Christmas dance, and lots more.
So stay with us today for our very special Kidding Around Christmas show.
We will return after these messages.
Get funky. Come on now.
From Chicago's historic Orchestra Hall, a legendary conductor, an exciting young pianist,
And a stereotypical Asian prodigy on the piano.
and the world-renowned Chicago Symphony Orchestra, celebrating the music of Richard Strauss, Borodin, and Tchaikovsky. Enjoy this 2-hour special.
You know they made her like sleep. You know her parents made her fucking sleep in the fireplace if she didn't get the song right. You know.
Simulcast in stereo on WFMT. Sir George Schulte and the Chicago Symphony Orchestra. A Christmas present on Christmas night at 5 from Channel 5.
Yay.
Channel 5 Sports brings you the insight of locker room interviews.
Yeah, well, you know, we was trying to win, but we used to be, we was trying to win the basketball game, but them Blacks is, they good now,
The in-depth analysis of important athletic events and issues. Channel 5 Sports' scores and stats, and up-to-the-minute reports of all that's happening in the world of sports. Channel 5 Sports with Chet Kopic.
Man, back in the day when all the female tennis players were like still ugly. Remember? Because like all the female tennis players now are hot. You know, back in my day, man, female tennis players look like gym teachers. You know.
Warner Saunders and Mark Giangreco. They cover the bases to bring you sports news that hits home. Weeknights at 4:30, 6 and 10. Weekends at 5 and 10. Channel 5 News. News that hits home.
Oh.
We're Channel 5. Just watch us now.
And just watch weekday afternoons at 2:30 for Fantasy. A dream of a show where people's secret wishes come true. At 3.
Fantasy. Oh, the People's Court. That dude hosted forever.
3:30, find out what's new in the entertainment industry on Entertainment Tonight.
At 4, it's real courtroom drama with Judge Joseph Wapner presiding over the People's Court.
Gotta watch Wapner.
Weekday afternoons on Channel 5.
Just watch us now.
Bitch.
What does a night on the town mean to me?
Just have a good.
That dude was hammered. Hold on. I want to go back here. Okay.
Shit!
What does a night on the town mean to me?
Just have a good time.
Helps you let down your inhibitions.
When we drink, we change.
People do things under alcohol that
Oh,
they
hey.
don't do when they're stone sober.
You're under arrest for driving under the influence of alcohol. We're picking up bodies off the road every weekend.
If someone you love is going out for a night on the town, then I urge you to watch and to listen.
Join Mike Jackson for a night on the town Sunday at 4:30 on Channel 5.
Do you guys hear that? My dog Bosley's having another dream. He's laying on the couch behind me, the little love seat I have in my office here, and he's just like dreaming hard right now. You chasing rabbits, buddy? He's having a good time. Anyways, back to the show.
Now back to kidding around.
Well, a big Merry Christmas to you, Jenny.
Merry Christmas to you,
Thank
and
you.
Merry Christmas to all of you.
We hope the Christmas spirit is filling your homes today.
Well, Steve, have you been a good boy all year?
Well, of course. I haven't checked my stocking yet,
right.
but I'll let you know later, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Keeping a straight edge there, Steve. Come on now.
Well, we're going to start the day off with some entertainment. The Medina Motion Swing Choir is going to perform for us.
The choir's
Was that Lee Major? Okay, I thought, yeah.
from Medina Middle School in Roselle, Illinois, and they're going to perform the song Rock and Roll Christmas.
Now here's the Medina Motion Swing Choir.
Bubbling brown sugar. That's a lot of fucking kids.
I heard that rock and roll finally reaching a pole, and Santa got hooked on the sound. But when he heard the beat, he just jumped to his feet. No, you couldn't keep old Santa down. On Christmas Eve, would you believe when I peeked out to see there was Santa and his reindeer rocking on the Christmas tree. It was a rock and roll Christmas.
You remember talking about how like there's like the 80s and then there's like the 85s and on, like this is like the 80s. This is like the early 80s, like all that hair. This is still like 70s is still kind of hanging on by a pinky with the fucking feathered hair.
The world was filled with sweet harmony, and everybody was dancing and rocking around the Christmas tree. Well, Grandma sent the throng to play the same song at Christmas time every year. So she turned the radio to a rock and roll show and got hooked on some new Christmas cheer. And when I stopped by, me oh my, what a surprise for me. She. Grandpa rocking on the Christmas tree. It was a rock and roll Christmas. The world was filled with sweet harmony, and everybody was dancing and rocking around the Christmas tree.
Get down. Oh, is that the teacher?
The teachers of our school broke every rule when they held a Christmas dance in the gym.
Oh, shit.
We got there, you see, we were mad as could be, 'cause they wouldn't let the students in.
bitch out.
Sing and take a peek, and what a surprise for me to see all of the teachers rocking around the Christmas tree.
Fuck off!
It was a rock and roll Christmas, the world to the sweet harmony, and everybody was dancing and rocking around the Christmas tree. It was a rock and roll Christmas, the world to the sweet harmony.
Oh, key change. Modulation.
Everybody was dancing and rocking around
Yeah, that's going to save the song. The modulation.
the Christmas tree.
Barbarino.
Yeah!
That piano player kind of stunk too, huh? Wait a minute. Oh, I was trying to find something to play right at the end there. Do it again.
And now let's meet the members of the choir, and we'll start right here. Name and age.
Janie Discoviak, 13.
Thank you.
Jessica Billen, 13. Natasha Pittman, 10.
Thanks, Natasha.
Kelly
Bob.
Smackle, 12. Kara Document, 12. Lisa Bogo, 13.
Oh, God.
13.
Oh God. It's like the ones that are 12 look like they're 20, and the ones that are 13 look like they're 8.
Name and age.
Janie Discoviak, 13.
Thank you.
Jessica Billen,
13.
Natasha Pittman, 10.
Thanks, Natasha.
She's 10? Good God, she looked like she was about 18.
Kelly Smackle, 12.
Skelly the Smackle.
Kara Document, 12.
Pterodactyl, that's right.
Lisa Bogo, 13.
Oh boy, she's rough. She wanted to get out of there.
Lori Clancy, 13.
She, you know what she looked like? She kind of looked like
Lisa Bogo, 13.
she. She looks like when one of the kids in the hall dresses up as a teenage girl, like when Mark McKinney would wear the braces, dress up like the teenage girl.
13. Lori Clancy, 13. Joe Reiser, 11.
Thanks, Joe.
Stewart, 13.
Oh, there we go.
Teresa Eigenheim, 13. Susan Gaiman, 12. Heidi Amato, 13.
Thanks,
What?
Janero Kennedy, 13.
All
What?
right, next line.
Stand up. Pam Nemeth, 13. Laura Chuskin, 13. Leslie Selvage, 11. Clara
What?
Kiddis, 12. Rosemary Gray, 12. Claudia Shine, 12. Nikki Palala, 14. Margaret Ann Gainsley, 13.
What was that?
Michelle Anderson, 13. Joanna Ostrander, 13. Haley
Joanna.
Hughes, 13.
We did it. Wow, I think we broke a new time record. Oh, one more introduction. Would you please tell us the name of your pianist?
Our teacher is Miss
Hey, that's a little personal, wouldn't you think? Don't you think there?
Eichen.
Thanks, Miss Eichen. How often do you girls get together and rehearse?
On Monday from 3:30 to 5, Friday from 3:30 to 5:30, and Saturday from 12 o'clock to 5 o'clock.
And then
Yeah, it shows.
where do you get to perform?
Our community and our school, middle school.
Well, thank you very much for being with us today, and Merry Christmas to you.
Christmas.
I know part of it has to do with the hairstyles and stuff like that, but man, these girls look like they're all like 23.
And now for some more entertainment. 13-year-old Robin Black from Olympia Fields will play a Christmas medley on the piano. Robin?
Come on, Robin. No, come on. You need tempo. Start over. Get the fuck off the stage. God damn it, Robin. He just throws a music book at her. Start over. To go riding in a one-horse sleigh. Pick up the bells, pick up your fate. Jingle around the clock. Send a mingle and a jingling beat. That's the jingle bell. That's the jingle bell. That's the jingle bell rock. Fuck. Oh, she's doing a medley. On it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you. Let's look at the snow. It looks like shit. It's covered in shit. Giddy up, it's grand. Just holding your hand.
Shit!
We're together with you and you and you.
The fuck are you doing?
A whistleless sting. Beautiful sight. Happening tonight. Walking in the winter wonderland. Pretend that he is Parson Brown. He'll say, are you married? We'll say, fuck no. Shit.
All right. Very nice, Robin. That was just lovely. How long have you been playing?
6 years.
And who's your teacher?
That's not him. Really?
Mr. Toth.
Well, we want to wish him a Merry Christmas. What kind of music do you like to play the most?
Mostly classicals and rag.
Does music look like it's going to be in your future? Do you want to be a professional musician?
Yes, definitely.
Well, you're off to a great start, and thanks so much for helping us
you.
celebrate Christmas today.
Thank you.
Jenny?
Today I'm going to tell you the holiday wishes of a few of your favorite celebrities. Actor John...
Oh, so weird. Look, I just want I want a mistletoe, right? What's a mistletoe? It's like a toe with a missile on it. Ooh. I mean, it's so weird. All right, hold on. I gotta pee. That's not weird. Ooh. Oh my God, I really have to pee. Where's my fucking music here? Shit. Okay, hold on. Let me switch my, where's my piss break music? Oh, God. My back teeth are floating. We're back.
Oh God, that's terrible. I hope the microphone didn't pick that up.
It did, Tazon. I'm just going to listen to the rest of the song because I like it. Ooh, I gotta piss. Ooh, like this song. So weird. Quaaludes. All right, we're back. All you got, nobody's watching my stream tonight, and that's, you know what? That's all right. That's all right. You guys will fucking watch it tomorrow, right? Most of you fuckers are off tomorrow. You'll watch the rebroadcast. Anyways, back to Travolta.
And Travolta wishes for peace on earth and goodwill to all people, and no.
Ooh, peace on earth. Ooh, goodwill. Nobody fight, okay? Please.
No more wars.
I gotta take a shit.
Actress Kristen McNichol wants happiness for all her family and friends, and for every nice person
I remember her. What was she on other than Empty Nest?
in the world. Actor Dean Butler from TV's Little House of New Beginnings series wishes more people would.
Yeah, that fucking show made it, right? Do you hear that Deck the Halls rendition back there? That wow, 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 wow.
And for every nice person in the world. Actor Dean Butler from TV's Little House of New Beginnings series wishes more people would give homemade gifts like he does because they mean so much more. Joni Loves Chachi star Erin Moran wishes everybody would tell people what they want so they don't get unwanted, useless gifts. She says there's too much waste.
Oh, R.I.P. Erin Moran. Didn't she die in a trailer park somewhere in my home state? In Indiana? I want to say she did. She did not turn out well. Yeah, she passed 5 years ago. In 2017, she was living in New Salisbury, Indiana. Where the fuck is that? You know, I don't know where the fuck New Salisbury is. I'm from the state. Like, I'm living in the state currently. I have never heard of New Salisbury. Oh, so it's right on the arch support. If Indiana was a foot, it's like right there. So that's basically Kentucky. Yeah. And she was in this county here, I guess. And she here, let's see her. She died. Okay, authorities in Corydon, Indiana, which I do know where Corydon is because I do know about Corydon because that's where Butt Drugs is located. She pronounced dead at the age of 56. Oh my God. Autopsy report from the Harrison County coroner indicated the cause of death to be complications of stage 4 squamous cell carcinoma of the throat. Toxicology tested showed that no illegal narcotics were involved in her death. Okay, see, I didn't know that. And no illegal substances were found in Moran's home. So she just, yeah. Moran's husband, in an open letter released through her co-star Scott Baio, confirmed that she had first experienced symptoms of throat cancer in 2016 and deteriorated rapidly from that point, and that facilities that had unsuccessfully attempted to treat her cancer had not made anyone aware of how badly the cancer had metastasized. Well, that just dragged everything down. Shit. Back to the show.
Superman actor Chris Reeves wishes he could have a family.
Oh, Jesus. Could this get any more depressing? Fuck. God, we just went from Aaron Moran. They were like, okay, well, on to the next one. And then it's fucking Christopher Reeve.
Reunion at Christmas because it means so much to have your family around you then. Facts of Life star Nancy McKeon wishes for a cute boyfriend for Christmas.
I'll be your cute boyfriend, Nancy McKeon. Nancy McKeon was a cutie back then. And then the Lifetime Network saved her career.
And also that people stop making such a fuss about Pac-Man. She's tired of it. Actor John...
I agree. Hey, it's Bo.
Schneider wishes that...
Is that Bo or Luke? From Bo or Luke Duke? I don't remember. I think he was Luke.
All young people could be free from hunger and drugs and all bad things. Singer-actress Olivia Newton-John wishes she could spend
R.I.P. Olivia.
more time with all her animals and more time to compose more music.
Get it together.
Actor Philip McKeon wishes he could get a horse, a few puppies, and to be able to see a panda bear in the wild.
Sure.
And actress Kim Fields from
Oh, look at it. It's Tootie.
TV's Facts of Life show says that she's just thankful for all she's got. Well, that's all the holiday wishes for today. Steve?
Well, each Christmas, it seems that every recording artist or group makes a Christmas album to help celebrate the holidays. The Oak Ridge Boys are no exception. The Oak Ridge Boys...
Oh, shit. It's the Oak Ridge Boys. Is that his signature? Look at that. Steve Smith, and then there's like a thing. I want to have a thing on my signature. I want to have like a face or whatever that is.
Boys are the very popular pop country group that got a Grammy Award this year for their hit song Elvira. The band got started in the 1960s as a gospel group, but by 1977 they had changed their musical direction and played
punk.
Country. Today the Oak Ridge Boys mix rock and roll
Post-progressive Norwegian punk
melodies with their country sound, and the combination keeps them high up on the Billboard charts. Let's listen now to their Christmas tune, Christmas is Painting the Town.
Gather around here with the boys. We're going to sing us a Christmas song.
Yeah, I'm not about to get a copyright strike for the fucking Oak Ridge Boys.
Come on, gather.
Wait up. Oh my, are they playing it backwards? Oh, thank you, Fuzzy. He's playing it backwards to avoid copyright. Did you hear that?
And the combination keeps them high up on the Billboard charts. Let's listen now to their Christmas tune, Christmas is...
Oh, this is great. Now we get to hear the satanic version of the Oak Ridge Boys.
Painting the Town.
Gather around here with the boys. We're going to sing us a Christmas song. Come on, gather in now. Here we go.
Satan eats Cheerios. Give me anal satisfaction. Yeah. Did he say Hare Krishna?
Yeah, Christmas is Painting the Town by the Oak Ridge
Fucking, that was awesome. Holy shit. Thanks, Rick.
Boys.
We have a lot more holiday fun planned today with actors and dancers and a special surprise.
So stay with us for lots more fun today on Kidding Around.
Kidding Around will return after these messages.
Goddamn right they will.
Hello, I'm Bruce Boxleitner. Right now, you can...
Oh, that's... Holy shit. You guys don't know who that is if you're not a hardcore nerd. If you don't know who Bruce Boxleitner is, he's young there. He's got the dick duster going on. He was from Babylon 5.
Feed the hungry and ease...
And I want to say he was... Before Babylon 5, he was in The Scarecrow and Mrs. King, but I never watched that shit.
The sorrow of a needy child overseas. Call CARE. 800-228-2060.
Bruce is a cool guy.
Submit the names on your holiday gift list with a $5 contribution for each. They will receive cards informing them that CARE aid was sent to a needy child in their names.
All right. Nobody's watching the stream. Does that mean I have to... Hold on. I might have to install the plugin here because I'm working through a different browser here. So 1-800-228-2060. Allow.
Hello, and thank you for calling. To help us better service your needs, please listen closely to the following special offers available to you. Are you looking for affordable TV or internet at the lowest prices with no annual contract?
Bullshit. Everything's a fucking... If it's not a bull... If it doesn't hang up on me, it's just trying to sell me internet or cell phone service. Son of a bitch.
Call or mail your list and contribution to CARE gift plan on behalf of the children you help. Thank you.
I will, Bruce. Thank you.
Monitor 5, nightly reports on issues important to you. When an East Chicago bridge collapsed, Monitor 5 uncovered changes made...
Oh, the Calumet Bridge, or the Klein Avenue Bridge, sorry. Klein Avenue Bridge collapse.
...by a contractor that may have been the cause. When
they still talk about that shit to this day, locally.
Fire victims found out they didn't have
like
full...
There's still like news... I don't read the local newspaper. Like, I'll go to the website, though, for Northwest Indiana Times. And, like, every now and then there'll still be an article about new developments in the Klein Avenue Bridge collapse.
Insurance protection, Monitor 5 told
From
you
40 fucking years ago.
Why. And the DPT vaccine, with its danger of side effects, was reported first by Monitor 5. If it's important to you, it's important to us.
Oh, look at Linda Yu and Ron Majors.
Monitor 5, weeknights at 10 on Channel 5 News. News that hits home.
News that hits you right in the taint.
Just watch us now.
And just watch weekday afternoons at 2:30 for Fantasy, a dream of a show where people's secret wishes come true.
At 3:30, find out what's new in the entertainment industry on Entertainment Tonight.
At 4, it's real courtroom drama with Judge Joseph Wapner presiding over
Gotta
the People's
watch
Court.
Wapner.
Weekday afternoons on Channel 5.
Just watch us now.
Next on Entertainment Tonight, we spotlight Peter Graves, who's gone.
Hey, Peter Graves. Peter Graves, man, he was an OG. I want to say he passed away. When did Peter Graves pass away? I think he passed away when Facebook was still cool. Yeah, he passed away in 2010, back when Facebook was still cool.
On from the down-to-earth Mission Impossible series to the high antics of Airplane 2, the sequel.
Nobody can encourage you to go a comedic route. Comedy has to present itself.
Then you've got a special backstage pass on the set of Cheers for an exclusive with rising star Shelley Long.
I was very excited to be working and to be doing the kind of work I'd always dreamed of.
On the next Entertainment Tonight.
See Entertainment Tonight, Monday at 3:30 on Channel 5.
Okay, that tree looks like shit. Are you kidding me? It's like a bunch of fucking kayaks, like being like stacked on top of a man wearing black slacks.
Now back to kidding around.
Well, we're back, and we have some dancers to see now. The Glen Hill dancers from Glen Hill School in Glendale Heights.
They're going to do a routine to the song Sleigh Ride. Now, here are the Glen Hill dancers.
Oh no, he reversed the music. They're gonna be doing some satanic dancing here. Whoa. Dancing to our Lord Satan. Satan is our God. Satan is our pal. Yeah, this is definitely not satanic. They would not be dancing this awkwardly and stiffly if they were dancing for their Lord, Satan. This is fucking weird. You know what? As weird as this is, I think this is better.
But baby, all that rolling fancy clothes only means you're putting on the show. Yeah.
Well, hold it, girl. Take off that fancy wear. Just let your thoughts let it out. Come on, girl. Let's get down. Baby, let's do it to that funky, funky sound.
Let your feelings go. Let your body move to groove.
Funky groove.
Let your feelings go. Let your body move to groove.
Funky groove.
Let your feelings go. Let your body move to groove.
Funky groove.
Let your feelings go. Let your body move to groove.
Oh, that was the end of it.
Girl, take off that fancy.
Take off that fancy shit. All right, now we can turn it back up again.
Little dancers, that was wonderful. Would you scoot on in here? Okay, give me your name, age, and grade.
Tracy Allen, age 9, grade 4.
Patrick Kelsey, 5th grade, 11.
Christine Valley, age 9, 4th grade. Eric Lewis, age 10, 5th grade.
Over here?
Bob Fairbanks, age 10, 5th grade.
Susan Milky, age 10, 5th grade. Brian Johnson, age...
What's her face back? Yeah, this chick. She's like 9. How old was she?
5th grade, 11.
Christine Valley, age 9, 4th grade.
Age 9, going on 37, going on my second divorce.
Eric Lewis, age 10, 5th grade.
Over here?
Bob Fairbanks, age 10, 5th grade.
Susan Milky, age 10, 5th grade. Brian Johnson, age 8, 4th grade. Daniela Yellow, age 9, 4th
Did he say age 8, 5th, 4th grade?
grade.
Danielle, that was wonderful. Now, I understand that you made this dance up just for us. That was nice of you. Who taught it?
Somebody, can you tell that kid to get off the fucking cable? He's stepping on it. Fucking somebody tell Ricky Schroeder to get off that thing.
To you.
Miss Shinneman, our gym teacher.
Okay, well, thanks to you and thanks to all of you, and have a Merry Christmas.
Yeah, it's great.
This time is the time for Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol. And with us today are 3 actors who are in the Goodman Theater production. First is 13-year-old Heather Gray from Downers Grove, who plays Belinda Cratchit. Next is 14-year-old Robbie Medina from Olympia Fields, who is a
Belinda Cratchit? Oh, so they have, like, gender-swapped versions.
caroler and a schoolboy. And a 7-year-old Jamie Wilde from Skokie, who plays Tiny Tim.
I was just going to say he's got to be Tiny Tim.
And Ignorance. Hi, and welcome, and Merry Christmas to you.
Wait, what?
And a 7-year-old Jamie Wilde from Skokie, who plays Tiny Tim and Ignorance. Hi.
He plays Ignorance. Oh, that was like that was in the original Christmas Carol. Wasn't it like the Ghost of Christmas Present? It was like he had 2 like children that represented like ignorance and I don't know what was the other one, despair or something. I don't remember. Oh, please, sir. Please, Mr. Scrooge gave me a penny farthing for the largest Christmas goose. He told me to go down to the poulterer and get me the largest Christmas goose I ever did see. Then Mary Botswaller came by, lost me cherry that night.
Hi, and welcome, and Merry Christmas to you all.
Merry Christmas to you.
Thanks. First of all, let's take a look at you guys in your costumes. You look a little different when you are in character. Ah, there they are. What a handsome-looking group. Heather, let me start by asking you, this is your 2nd year in the production.
Oh, I was going to say, no, that's just Bob. She played Bob Cratchit's wife. Sorry. I don't know why I said gender swap. I thought maybe they were like progressive for the time and they did like a gender-swapped Bob Cratchit, but no.
Did you have to re-audition to be in it?
No, I tried on the costume, and when it fit, I got the part.
Okay, let's go back 2 years then, and tell me about the first round of auditions. Was it hard? Were you scared?
Let's go back to some of your early work.
No, I wasn't nervous. There were a lot of kids, and I went in there and I sang Consider Yourself and did the scene between the Artful Dodger and Oliver, and he talked to me afterwards, and then the next day they called and told me I got the part.
Great, great. What ever got you interested in acting in the first place?
Well, I started out in church musicals, and then I got a few agents in modeling and
Oh, gee, you're fuck you. You're like all big time and you're like all fucking named. I got some agents and like, you know, pretty soon I'll be starring in, you know, an episode of Joni Loves Chachi. Yeah, it's pretty big. You probably haven't heard of it yet. It's probably a little bit, you know, it's a little bigger than this show can handle, you know.
Commercials, and then I got the Goodman part.
Do you want to stay with it? Do you want to make acting your career?
Well, I'm not sure right now. I may want to go into medicine, or I may want to stay if it goes well when I'm older.
Okay. Well, I think we have some pictures of Heather that we should probably take a look at. I want you to tell me a little bit about what Belinda Cratchit's doing here.
Well, Belinda Cratchit is setting the table for the family big dinner goose, and she just likes being with the family. She's a family girl, and she loves everyone, and she likes being with her sister Martha, who's really close to her.
That is a terrible description of Belinda Cratchit. Isn't like the thing that Bob Cratchit's wife is known for is like, she when they do the Ghost of Christmas Present and they go to Bob Cratchit's house. Oh, she like big time shit talks Mr. Scrooge. Like that was her thing. Like she fucking tells it like it is, man. That's what Belinda does. She's like, that motherfucker needs to pay you more. Needs to give you the goddamn holiday off. Fuck that guy.
And being with Tim, and she just loves being with family.
Great.
Yeah.
But I take it you would like being in the show then.
Oh, I love it.
All right, Robbie, you're up next. How did you get interested in acting?
Well, I've been doing commercials since I was in about 5th grade, and I started taking drama lessons.
What, last year?
Then I auditioned for a couple plays at the theater that I took drama lessons at, and I really got interested in it when I got the part, and then ever since that I've been auditioning and auditioning.
Now this is also your second year in the production. Why don't we take a look at some pictures we have of you, and you can tell me about your character.
Well, that's when I'm the caroler, and that's at the end when Scrooge changes into a nice person, and
So it's a bullshit part.
he comes up to us with some chestnuts, but we're real scared, and then adult caroler brings us back, and then we sing again with him, but then he sings in our ears, and it's
And who is the man with the chains here?
That's Jacob
That's fucking Jacob Marley, dude. Get it together.
Marley. That's the curtain call at the end, and everybody's looking at Scrooge, and that's when I'm the caroler again, and that's Marley, and I don't know if you can see it, but next to him is the
Is that Steve Zahn right there?
Ghost of Christmas Future.
Tell me a little bit about the rehearsal process. How often did you have to rehearse? I'm sure they were long, many hours put into it.
Well, they had a tape you called every night, and they say, like, we want this scene tomorrow, and that scene, and that scene. And we rehearsed, it was usually every day except for Monday, in 3 weeks, I think, yeah.
9 to 5.
Well,
9 to 5.
your work shows, it certainly does. Well, let's move over to Tiny Tim, or Jamie Wilde, I should say. How did you get interested in acting?
First my mom was an actor when she was young, and she asked me if I wanted to be an actor, and she once brought me to an audition, and I auditioned
Ah, nepotism. I see how it is.
for a play, and I made it, and then I started going on, and I liked it, and then I stayed into
I
it.
think acting's pretty good then, huh? All
Yeah, that's great.
right, I think it's neat, too. Let's take a look at some pictures of you as Tiny Tim. Can you tell me what you're doing here?
Well, I'm on Bob Cratchit's shoulder, and I don't know where I'm on.
Well, we know you're in the theater someplace there now.
Yeah.
And here we are at the table, huh? What do you like most about acting, Jamie?
That it's fun, and you meet friends, and get to meet more people.
Now, what about in the future? Do you think you want to be an actor, or do you have something else in mind?
I want to be an organ grinder when I grow up.
An organ grinder?
Yeah, you want to grind the organ. That's right, kid. That's what I'm talking about. That's how you make the money. I mean, for the right clients. What?
With a monkey and all? I think that's great.
Would you like to grind my monkey?
Well, thank you all for being with us. Merry Christmas to you and the rest of the cast, and have a happy holiday season.
That's
Okay.
great.
We have some beautiful Christmas artwork to see today, and we'd like to thank Fairview South School in Skokie, Maple School in Northbrook, Lake Zurich Junior High School in Lake Zurich, Illinois, and Shabona School in Shabona, Illinois. Let's take a look while we listen
Shabona.
to Santa's Song by the Oak Ridge Boys.
Oh, we have the satanic artwork. Satanic children's artwork music. Oh, did you hear that? That's what's his face, the bass guy. Hear that? Oh.
Zurich, Illinois, and Shabona School in Shabona, Illinois. Let's take a look while we listen to Santa's Song by the Oak Ridge Boys.
You know what? I didn't even think about it. Hold on. I didn't even think about posting the link to the stream on the Facebook. Okay. Stacy Volva Vanis, age 8, Fairview South School. Yeah, that looks about right. That fucking bass singer. I gotta hear that again. Oh. That fucking. Wait a minute. Merry Christ. Oh, putting the Christ back in Christ Christmas. What are those two getting ready to do? Elliot Hillback, sixth grade Maple School. What an unoriginal name for a school. Whoa. Is that like a Suzanne Summers snowman? Stacy Sandrock, age 11, Shaboner School. What is that? Is it like a strap-on broom? Oh, what is this horse shit? Is that a staircase? Why would it start there? God damn it. Judy Kim, 2 first names. Fuck off. Seriously, why is there a couch on the wall? And look at the masonry work on this fucking fireplace. What is happening? Oh. Had they banned Quaaludes yet by this time? Corey Lewis, Mary, what is this? Okay, I'm assuming this is a fucking tree. It looks like a pile of spinach. And is this a fireplace with stockings? And it says Mary Kfit. Good going, Corey. Jesus Christ. And they say kids now are stupid. Okay. Christmas, colonial America? What is happening here? Why is everything brown? We have a brown, is it a wagon? Are there horses there? I can't tell. Everything's brown. Why is it so brown, Carla? Apparently they do things differently at Shaboner School. Okay, we got Jeff Brewer. Okay, this one isn't so bad. We got a sled, and it's clearly moving quickly, indicated by the speed lines. And I'm assuming that's a star. And these actually look like trees. They're kind of cool looking, actually. Okay, you get a pass, Jeff. Okay, what is... Okay. So, yeah, there's a train set on top. That's the least of our problems here. And then it says Murray Hitta. Are we playing a game of Hangman here? And why is Snoopy so fat? And there's presents just floating in the air, and we got a stocking for Joe, and I think that says Kelly and Sam. No, I'm sorry, Lynn. Go back. Start over. Okay. Apparently, Santa is he's wearing a mini skirt, and he doesn't look happy because this tree is terrible. And these are clearly stencils here. So, Brad, you kind of cheated here. You didn't write this is stenciled. Get the fuck out of here. And then, what's going on here? Okay, that's a mustache. That's Santa's stash, and I think that's his mouth. And then apparently he's fucking stoned. He's not stoned, man. This dude is blitzed. He's fucking zooted. Look how zooted Santa is. Holy shit. Merry Christmas. It's like a little baby chick, I guess. Okay, this one gets a pass. I have a feeling, though. Yeah, you know. No. I'll give him a pass, Mike. You got this one. Okay, I guess that's like an angel. That's not so bad. Again, it's kind of abstract in a cool way. All right, I'll give Chris a pass. All right, what the fuck? C's Gretags. It says something up here. I don't know. I can't read it because the quality of the video is not so good. Who is this? And who is this? Seriously, is this this is Paul Rubens. I don't know who this is. Mark, go back. You got to start over, man. This is fuck. What is this? Why would you hang this on a wall? Okay, we got... That's a lot of buttons for the snowman. Like, you could have got away with like 4 or 5 buttons tops here. Especially with the kid. And is that a female? I can't even tell. Is that like Pippi Longstocking snowman with a pipe? Michelle Lipschultz. It's all of it is just very unimpressive, Michelle. All right. Okay, well, this one, it looks stupid. Don't get me wrong. It's not very good. But John Carolus, age 11. I mean, it's not the worst thing I've seen. I don't know what's up with the fucking dingleberries from the tree here. And these gifts are pathetic. But I get the gist of it, I guess. Michelle again with fucking Lipschultz. Again, fucking Quaalude snowman here. Sure.
Thanks for the great artwork. And now, of course, it's
Is that Tom Selleck back there?
Let's check in with the mailbox and see what we got this week. Mr. Handsome, candy cane. Well, Merry Christmas to you too, but how about some mail? Thanks. Bye. All right, some for you and some for me. And I will start things off with a knock-knock joke. This comes from Tracy Schmidt of Chicago. Knock-knock.
Who's there?
Wendy.
Your mama.
Wendy who?
When the kids fall asleep, Santa will come down the chimney.
I jump his bones.
One from Lisa Blissett of Bellwood. What do you give a reindeer with heartburn?
What do you give a reindeer with heartburn?
Alka-Seltzer.
Shit. Well, we have a poem from Erica Mackey of Shawnee, Illinois, and she goes to the Shawnee Elementary School. It's called Christmas is Coming. Christmas is coming, the best time of the year, when Santa Claus comes with his shiny reindeer, with little presents for good girls and boys, and he'll find all the stockings with candy and toys. With a twitch of his nose and a twink of his eye, he'll come down the chimney, and that is no lie. He'll go to the fireplace where the stockings all dangle, that jolly old man, Mr. Kris Kringle.
Oh, you
then
fucked it
he'll
up.
climb back up onto his sleigh, and he won't see him again until next Christmas Day.
Ah, very nice, very nice. And finally, a riddle from Mark Guzzardo of Hinsdale. What is red and white, carries a bag of toys, and falls down the chimney?
What is red and white, carries a bag of toys, and falls down the chimney?
Oh, Uncle Steve.
Santa Klutz.
Son of a bitch.
Well, we have a lot of requests for Ricky Schroeder's address. Ricky plays Ricky Stratton. on
Hey, there
TV.
we go. He also plays Tiny Tim.
Silver Spoons. The requests come from Judy Moore, Becky Utley, and Jeffrey
Oh, let's do that. Ricky Schroeder, care of Silver Spoons, Universal Television 100. Wasn't that the same address for Gary Coleman, too?
Springer all from Chicago, Kathy Volodka of Lindenhurst, Illinois, Maureen Walsh of Oak Park, S. Clark of Cary, Illinois, Elizabeth Mitchell of Kenilworth, Kimberly Brown of Momence, Illinois, Kelly Orland of St. Charles, Tiffany Gruden and Cynthia Martin of Wheaton, and John Walters from Whiting, Indiana.
Turn 'em off!
You can write to Ricky Schroeder, care of Silver Spoons, Universal Television, 100 Universal City Plaza, Universal City, California, 91608.
And remember, if you have a joke, riddle, picture, or poem that you would like to share with us, here is our address.
Kidding Around, WMAQ-TV, 19th floor, Merchandise Mart, Chicago, Illinois, 60654.
Thank you.
For all the cards and letters.
Okay, well, hello there. Well, a big thanks to all of our guests for being with us today, and thank you for joining us, too.
And now the moment you've all been waiting for, the special surprise.
That's right, you know.
The orgy
Christmas is the time to bring friends and family together, and we are very fortunate to have our Kidding Around family with us. Ladies, will you please step right on in? It's a blast from the past. Hi there.
Let me guess. They're all like fucking 12 and they look like they're 27.
You may remember some of these faces. Our very first co-host on Kidding Around is Sean Gordy. How are you, Sean?
Real well. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Good.
What have you been doing these days?
Been busy with school, dancing a lot.
And growing, too.
Yeah.
Sorry to see that. Okay, Sean, you step right over there.
Oh, that was a little inappropriate there, Steve.
And our second co-host, Miss Carrie Fisher. Oh, did you hear
Carrie?
that?
Yeah.
How you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
What are you up to these days?
School.
I do remember her, I think.
Well, same thing.
Yeah?
Eating.
Growing. Everyone's getting tall. This is not a good precedent. And last year's co-host, the beautiful and wonderful Sherry Brewer. Yay! Hi, how are you?
I'm okay. How
What's
are
new
you?
with you?
Not much. Keeping busy with work.
God, those fucking awful 80s braces, man. Good God. It's definitely something that's gotten a lot better over the years.
Work and stuff.
And
I've missed you a lot.
You haven't grown too much, so that's all right. You're staying in the... It's great to have you all together. Thanks so much for being with us. Merry, Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
Now, here's a line that you all remember. We won't be on next week. But that's because of the Tournament of Roses parade. But we will be back in 2 weeks on January the 8th with a lot more fun.
See a variety show at Hurley School, make some snowflakes, and see some animals from Lincoln Park Zoo.
So have a Merry, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and we'll see you in 2 weeks for lots more fun on Kidding Around. Mwah!
Kidding around. All right.
Fuck this shit, man. I'm gonna cut this shit off.
Don't forget to send us your poems, jokes, riddles, pictures, and ideas. Send them to Kidding Around, WMAQ TV, 19th floor of the Merchandise Mart, Chicago, 60654.
That's right. Keep waving, kids. Keep waving. Oh, the rainbow suspenders. It's so Mork and Mindy of you. Okay, let's go back here. And we're going to do WLS Channel 7. Eyewitness News, Christmas Eve 1983 with Marianne Childers. Oh, I must have started watching this. I don't remember any of it. Complete with commercials. So here we go.
Pair of work boots. This is a $50 boot after 3 hours in water. This a $60 boot. This an $80 boot. While this is a Timberland work boot. Timberland waterproof insulated boots start at about $70. So if you're spending $50 or more and not getting work boots as good as Timberland's, your feet aren't the only
$50 boots ain't shit these days.
thing getting soaked.
Available at Ara's and Zoots.
You fucking zooted at Zoots.
This is Eyewitness News with Marianne Childers at...
Very festive outfit she's wearing. I'm going to go freshen my drink here. Let me... I'm trying to find some more music to play here while we're gone. I'm not really taking a piss break. I'm taking a freshen my drink. All right, hold on. I'll be right back. Hopefully I don't get copyright struck. back. We're back to another live stream with 0 viewers. Nobody has tuned in. This is a record. Well, I mean, it makes sense. It's Christmas. It's Christmas Day. Most of you fuckers are probably either passed out or still enjoying the holiday with family and friends. You know, I get it. But, so please listen to the rebroadcast, or watch the rebroadcast. Not listen, but watch. I'm having a lot of fun here, even though it's just me and Bosley here. You know, and he's fucking out. So that does nothing for me. So we're going to go ahead and fade that out here. We're going to go back to our main screen here. Mr. Hartman's going to go away. All right. Once again, back to our WLS Channel 7, Chicago, Christmas Eve, 1983. So 39 years ago.
Jim Gibbons, Alan Krzyzewski weather.
Alan Krzyzewski, who just recently retired, I believe.
And Jim Rose Sport. This is Eyewitness News.
Like, oh, there she is. Look at that. I mean, you know, I understand it's a very festive outfit, but here we go, folks. She hasn't gone full awful 80s fashion, but she's getting there.
Good evening and Merry Christmas. It's a familiar headline, but on this very icy Christmas Eve, it's cold outside. All day long, we've shattered records.
Which, by the way, we've talked about this. We have, in my history of doing these live streams over the past, couple of years, we've assembled a collection of what I call, basically it's babes of the live stream. These are random ladies that have popped up on these live streams. Most of them all random. Marianne Childers is kind of an exception. She has a little bit of celebrity, like professional celebrity. But the rest of these ladies have just popped up on live streams that we have, found unusually attractive. And I'm going to go over a few of them here before we get back to the stream. The first is obviously Marianne Childers. As you can see there, this is from 1980. Late 70s, early 80s Marianne Childers is just, oof. I mean, she still looks really good here, don't get me wrong, but. And then the next 3 babes are from the TV show Studs. This is Connie from the TV show Studs. We played a lot of Studs episodes back in the day. And she's one of them. I like Connie. This is Felicity, my top favorite. Big fan of Felicity. She was a contestant on Studs. And the final Studs contestant is Trish, a.k.a. Trish the Dish. And then we have Anne from Sale of the Century. This is Buddy's personal favorite. Very, very fetching young woman. And then we have Tiffy from Raw Time. Hot goth girl. Very hot. And then we have a lady who I wouldn't consider conventionally attractive, but if you watch the video that we watched, you'd understand. This is Nancy Faust. And Nancy Faust was the organ player for the Chicago White Sox, I think it was, throughout pretty much all of the 80s and 90s. Really awesome chick, really talented player too. Really cool. But this was a scene from a show called AM Chicago where they interviewed her, and it was really cool because she shat as well as sat in front of a organ and played music while she was being interviewed. It was pretty cool. So far, those are the babes of the stream. We'll collect more, but for now, that's what it is. So anyways, back to the show.
And in fact, about the only record that wasn't broken was Chicago's all-time record low, 26 below zero. But we came within 1 degree of that record.
Shit, we broke that record this past weekend, or this past week.
Outside tonight, some people were out, but they were few and far between. In fact, it was hard to find anyone braving the minus 50-degree wind chill. Here in the city, the record colds prompted the city's Department of Neighborhoods to open some emergency shelters. The 9 shelters are scattered around the city, and you can call for more information at the number on your screen, 744-5000. Downtown, the Red Cross has opened a special shelter at the Greyhound bus terminal, and all of these shelters are open to anyone who needs protection from the cold. 18 people have died in the cold over this past week, including 2 here in Chicago today.
18 people, man. That's fucked.
Around the nation tonight, the weather just wouldn't let up. Blindingly cold temperatures, blowing snow, and all sorts of weather-related problems. A sampling now across the map, temperatures were frigid. In Denver, icy winds made life at the busy airport miserable, and typical holiday traffic jams were made even worse by all the delayed flights. A bit further to the west in Salt Lake City, blowing snow was the big problem. Motorists...
You'd think by now we just have Christmas in like September, you know? Like, let's just, it's so much, people can get to where they need to go. The fucking weather isn't dog shit completely. Like, let's just have Christmas on like September 25th, right? Or better yet, like September 15th, right? Because the weather's still usually pretty good across most of the country, right?
Slipped and skidded through the drifts and buttoned up tight as a new storm began moving into the area. Around the country, record temperatures were shattered in 21 states and in 60 cities. Jim?
And Marianne, that fierce weather has caused all kinds of problems for people driving on the interstates in our region. The worst of it...
I like those little Channel 7 pins. Those are cool.
In northern Indiana. Parts of Interstate 65 are shut down tonight because of drifting and blowing snow. Police in the area say...
Well, it's nice to see I-65 is, you know, is still, even back then it was the Arctic hellscape that it is still to this day.
They've had to rescue hundreds of motorists. Well, we've all been suffering from that record cold, but finally it looks as if there is a little relief in sight. We turn now to Alan Kraszewski for the latest. Good news.
It is good news, Jim, and it looks like it's going to take a few days for it finally to sink in as far as warmer temperatures are concerned, but it looks like we'll be getting that warmer weather. You'll see a little bit of it tomorrow as we get above 0 degrees, and then as we head into Monday and Tuesday, it will be especially noticeable as we get to temperatures about 20 degrees. How about that for this time of year? But as...
Speaking of that, typical Midwest weather, by Friday of this week, it's supposed to be like 53 degrees. Currently, it's like 2, I believe.
We mentioned earlier, there is a lot of blowing snow going around the Midwestern portion of the country tonight, and it's making very bad news for people who are traveling over this holiday weekend. Travelers' advisories are in effect through portions of Illinois, also through northern Indiana, the whole way up through portions of Michigan. And
this is when they used to just call it northern Indiana. They don't call it northwestern Indiana like they do now.
Also into northern Michigan as well for the blowing snow. And aside from the blowing snow, it's just the temperatures, the cold temperatures outside. Currently, we are at 12 degrees below 0. That's 1 degree lower than our high temperature for today, which was 11.
Look at that wind chill, negative 58. Fuck you, man. When I worked in the city for 5.5 years, man, winter was a bitch. Summer in Chicago is fucking awesome. Summer, spring in Chicago is nice. It's a great city to visit. If you want to visit the city, do it in the summer. Don't do it in the winter. It's fucking brutal. They don't call it the Windy City for nothing, man. I remember when I used to have to commute to the Loop. I worked in the Loop. And you had to like plan ahead for every contingency. You had to have just a backup plan for everything. It's like I had this giant backpack. And I had everything in that backpack, like my work shit. But then, like I had an umbrella, I had a hat, I had gloves, because you never knew what the fuck was going to happen.
Degrees below.
A scarf.
0. And that temperature, if it stands, will make this the coldest day in Chicago's history. Now, that's as far as mean temperatures are concerned. And, of course, you can see the wind chill there, combined with the winds coming out of the west, almost at 30 miles per hour. The wind chill, 58 degrees below 0. Tonight, wind chills around...
Damn, negative 70. Fuck you, Minnesota.
Around the Chicago area will still be in the 60 degree below 0 range. It will still be dangerous to be outside tonight. More about that a bit later on. Back to you, Marianne and Jim.
Thank you, Alan. Well, all this cold weather caused a big mess at Grant Hospital in the Lincoln Park area. A water main burst late this afternoon, and that forced the hospital to close down its emergency room. Now, no patients were hurt, and the problem's been fixed tonight. But that was just one of the many weather-related stories we saw. Russ Ewing has more.
The streets were almost deserted today. Those streets usually lined with traffic and
uncle of Patrick Ewing,
alive with pedestrians, were quiet. The only sound one could hear was the howling of a 26-mile-an-hour west wind. Thousands of automobiles would not start, and thousands...
Yeah, that looks like, what is that, is that an Oldsmobile? That's definitely an Oldsmobile. And that looks like a V, that's a V6. That looks like a Cutlass, but that looks like a four-door Cutlass, possibly. Maybe?
Of calls for tow trucks were unanswered. Tow truck drivers said even...
Yeah, that's an old... No, that might be a... Oh, shit. I forget the name of it. Nope. It's an Oldsmobile crackhead. Wait. No. Olds... Early 80s. Yeah, I don't... I'm looking like for a list of like... A coupe, a sedan, Omega, Tornado. I don't know. It's not a full-size Olds, though. It might be like a list of Oldsmobile vehicles. So... It might be an Omega. I'm thinking that might be an Oldsmobile Omega. Yeah, because that was made from 1973 to 1974, which is peak malaise era.
When they answered calls, only a small percentage of the motorists got their cars started.
The wind, some people didn't change their oil. They got dirty wet oil and it makes it heavier. The engine's harder to start.
Do you get most of them started, or do you just try and go to the next one?
We do what we got to do, and if they don't work, they're fucked.
Some get lucky, some don't.
You can't get anybody to come and tow you.
Look at that hat. Look at that gambler hat.
My son-in-law and daughter offered to come and help jump, and lo and behold, this gentleman was just a block away and agreed to come back and help us.
For the first time in weeks, there was no traffic jam on the Dan Ryan Expressway. Cars rolled along at the speed limit and faster. Merchants along State Street have not tabulated their Christmas Eve receipts yet, but shoppers by the thousands stayed home because of the cold. And only a few passers-by even bothered to look at Christmas-decorated windows in the Loop department stores.
It's too goddamn cold.
For years here in Chicago, people have said...
Oh, look at this, man. Look at this pimp right here. Fucking Russ. Look at that jacket. It's like, it's too fucking cold out here. I don't even know why I'm out here. I need to get the fuck home. Back to you, bitch.
That if you don't like the weather, all you have to do is wait a few minutes and it'll change. And today, everyone was waiting for it to change. Russ Ewing, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Unfortunately, it doesn't look like our weather's going to change fast enough to make everybody happy. Alan Kraszewski will be back with more on that a little bit later in the newscast.
And still ahead on Eyewitness News, the story of a little boy whose dream came true. But first, more in our...
Oh, shit. I didn't even notice you were commenting, Ian. Sorry, I haven't been watching the chat because nobody was watching. I don't think that was a 305. I think that might have been the V6 models.
Weather, including this fire in Chicago.
And then people all over the city gather to celebrate the spiritual side of Christmas, and later getting friends and family together to warm up this icy Christmas Eve.
Every 10 seconds during the past year, someone, somewhere.
Oh, that was back when Burger King used to still flame broil their fucking burgers. They stopped doing that shit. They stopped doing that shit a while ago, but they didn't tell anybody. So if you're somebody that grew up watching these commercials back in the day, you still probably might be under the impression that Burger King flame broils their burgers. They don't. Those things are greasy as shit. I was screaming Omega at the top of my... Sorry. Yeah. I knew it was like something like a Phoenix or like something along that. Like it was one of those like short-lived models, one of those like Malaise era models.
For some mysterious reason.
Because like it went from 74 or 73 to 84. It's like, talk about peak Malaise era right there. Jesus. I want to say there was there was that was like the Oldsmobile version of that was like their Nova. And then I'm sure Pontiac, same thing. Right? Pontiac. Oh, well. Yeah, I was going to look it up here. Yeah, you'd probably know. That was the Phoenix. I was right. The Pontiac Phoenix.
Switched to Burger King. Switched.
Just ripping snow rooster tails. Yeah, I had a back in the late 90s, I had an 84 Oldsmobile Delta 88. Had a 307 V8. It was like peak. It was Malaise era. You know, it had a V8 and it maybe had 120 horsepower. You know, that was the great thing about Malaise era general or domestic vehicles. Was like it had a V8. You had a V8 engine, but you had none of the advantages and all the disadvantages of owning a V8. So you had a V8, but you still had the shitty gas mileage, but none of the horsepower.
Switch. Who knows why? Switch. But it's added up to millions of switchers. Maybe even
You!
Anais, Anais. A Fragrance Awakening by Cacharel.
And prior to the Delta 88, it was a white one. Prior to that, I had an 87 Chrysler Fifth Avenue. Same thing. It was just the M body, same as like the Dodge Diplomat, Plymouth Grand Fury. Except it was the decked out Chrysler version, so it had like power everything, and because it was a Chrysler, everything fucking broke on it. You had a 579 Lincoln that had like 180 horsepower. It was yeah, exactly. It's like 10 years prior to if that was a 69 Lincoln, that thing would have put out at least 300 horsepower. No, it was a Fifth Avenue. It wasn't the New Yorker, so it was the same body platform as the Diplomat and the Grand Fury. So it had like the standard analog gauges, like the cop cars, but it wasn't a cop car.
For the moment that becomes a turning point. Anais, Anais brings a dream to life. Anais, Anais.
What the fuck is
from
this?
Cacharel.
They try to like, yeah, no cop. No, it didn't. My older brother, Buddy, when he got an 8. Oh, man, it was like an 80. It was an early 80s Dodge Diplomat, and it was black. And it looked like a cop car. It wasn't, but it looked like one. And he used to deliver pizzas in that thing, and people would literally like pull over to the side of the road when he would drive by because they thought he was a cop.
Now at Marshall Fields.
You've probably heard that because of recent government decisions, the Bell system is being split up. That's true.
Okay, thanks.
We just wanted you to know that Illinois Bell will still be your phone company, and you'll still be able to count on us for quality service.
Hey, champ, how was the ball game?
So that despite the change in our company, nothing will change at home.
This was still during the Ma Bell eras. Yeah. This is Illinois Bell. We had Indiana Bell. Oh, shit. I still do kind of want a phone like this. I don't know what I'll use it for, just for decoration, I guess. I used to have a phone like this. You could beat someone to death with one of these things. They were so heavy.
That's a promise. If you have any questions, call us. Call 1-800-555-5000.
Dissolution era.
You got the love. You got the love. You got the love.
They want to know better.
You got the love.
That's all
right.
together working,
It's just this the Jordache look.
playing day or night. The look that
Yeah, man, butts weren't a thing back then, man. All the ladies had no asses back then. I do not miss that.
you've got the love.
Look at that. You got those nice, tight, form-fitting jeans and just no ass. Like a fucking cookie sheet.
You got the love.
The Jordache look.
You got the love.
A tough day for Chicago firefighters who had to brave today's bone-chilling temperatures as they battled this spectacular blaze at Colon and Cermak. The biggest problem, frozen hydrants. The fire was fanned by the stiff winds that made things so difficult all day. No one was...
This was back during that time when everybody had those really shitty, unsafe space heaters. Song of Ice and Fire, Chicago. Like the space heaters back then were just basically a metal box with coils that heated up like red hot. And yeah, they were huge fire hazards. Like there were no safety features back then. Like now you buy a space heater and if that thing so much as like tilts in, a degree in any direction, it just automatically kicks off. Back then, shit. Yeah, there's still people that have them, and every now and then you still hear about a house catching on fire and somebody dying because they had like an 80-year-old space heater.
hurt in the fire, but the single-family home was completely destroyed, and several other homes were damaged. 3 nearby churches opened their doors.
Yeah, it was like that was discontinued, like, it's like this thing was discontinued 40 years ago. Yeah, but it was made in the fucking 60s. That's why it was still running. We didn't have heat on our second floor. Oof. See, I remember growing up as a kid, like, yeah, we were lower middle class, lower, whatever that is now. We had heat, but AC was a different story.
Doors to the frost-covered firemen. Well, one problem facing hundreds of Chicagoans tonight is no heat. This building is without heat because of frozen pipes, and the owner has been unable to do a thing about it.
We was looking at the news and they said call City Hall if it's an emergency because we have children, little babies. And
I had a rinky-dink apartment above this insurance office when I was in my mid-late 20s. And yeah, I had like a window unit. The cool thing about that place, though, is like the insurance office would shut down at like 4 o'clock every day, so I could just, after 4 o'clock, I could make as much noise as I wanted.
we called and we have called, no answer.
The city has taken nearly 1,000 calls from people reporting insufficient or no heat tonight, but there's really not much they can do about it, at least immediately. If it's too cold in your house, try to find somewhere else, is the advice. If necessary, go to a Chicago police station. Marianne?
Well, Jim, even the bitter cold and travelers' advisories couldn't stop that most procrastinating of human
Man, Marianne was so hot.
beings.
I mean, despite this outfit and the hair, Marianne was, man, back in the day, man, oof.
The last-minute Christmas shopper. Loop stores were not very busy, but most suburban malls saw lots of crowds.
Oh my God, look at that. It's a relic of the past, a packed shopping mall.
Fighting the elements, but it's not really that much as if you want to see somebody happy.
Tomorrow's Christmas. They got to do it tonight.
We had the last few things to pick up, and we...
I'm not ragging on the look. Marianne's, she's a queen, man. She's a queen.
Came down here.
But I'll tell you what, like, this is 83, right? Fast forward a couple years, man. Unfortunately, Marianne was a victim of 80s fashion with the shoulder pads and the giant hair. Oof.
Despite the high spirit...
Feel like as a 40-year-old dude, I didn't got to experience the last gasps of mall culture. I did a little bit. I'm a little older than you. I remember it. I remember going to the mall as a teenager people would just hang out at the mall, which was weird. Like nobody would buy shit. You just hang out at the mall.
Of these shoppers, stores say sales were down today, but we predict they'll.
And I remember going to Stardust Bowling Alley to hang out and play pool. All the cool kids played pool and smoked cigarettes.
Be Christmas shopping after Christmas this year. But just in case we forget in our enthusiasm, Christmas is not about shopping. It marks the birth of the man who's been the focal point of Christianity for nearly 2,000 years.
Ed Asner.
This Mass was like many around the Chicago area tonight. Masses that will culminate tonight at midnight, with more throughout Christmas Day. The Midnight Mass here at Holy Name will be celebrated by Chicago's Joseph.
Yeah, Stardust is like the... I remember going there as a teenager, and even back then I was like, this is like the last gasp of like the old school bowling alleys. You know? It's not like Inman's in Valpo where it's like a family place. Like Stardust is like where actual bowlers go. It's got that 70s appeal to it, you know? Brunswick.
Cardinal Bernardine, and like this Mass, will include some of the church's most joyous music.
Yeah, Joseph Cardinal Bernardine. Let's go back here.
Around the Chicago area tonight, masses that will culminate tonight at midnight, with more throughout Christmas Day. The Midnight Mass here at Holy Name will be celebrated by Chicago's Joseph Cardinal Bernardine, and like this Mass, will include some of the church's most joyous music.
I don't think was he a diddler? I don't think he was. Oh, Cardinal. There he is. Joseph Cardinal Bernardine. He died in 96. Let me see here. He formed... Oh, wait. Interfaith relations. Bernardine promoted... Oh, God. I've had too much wine to pronounce that word. Ecumenism? Interfaith dialogue with Jews, Presbyterians, Episcopal. Oh, yeah, okay. Whatever. I don't see anything about him diddling kids. So I think it would have been on here.
Bishop Timothy Line.
Yeah, or he could have just been really good at hiding shit. Yeah, who knows?
Will preside over tomorrow's 11 a.m. Mass at Holy Name Cathedral.
And Marianne, all over Chicago tonight, families are gathered to celebrate Christmas Eve. Eyewitness reporter Lonnie Lardner.
Yeah, his hair looks like it's installed on his cranium like Darth Vader's helmet.
Spent the evening with one of them.
Suddenly there was with the angel a multitude of the heavenly host. This is a custom.
You read about him hiding files and stuff for being complete. That doesn't surprise me one bit.
Christmas. The Cussman family consists of a set of parents, 9 children.
There was so much fuckery going on back then.
In-laws and 8 grandchildren. All but one working firefighter came to the Ravenswood home to share in spirit and in song.
Round yon virgin, mother and child.
Yeah, that kid wants you to shut up.
Just such a thrill to have all the children here together. We're so grateful that we're all here, and we've been doing this for as long as I've had a family. We've been getting together on Christmas Eve.
Presents are piled high, and so is anticipation. Watch closely as 15-year-old Diane gets a very special, very soft, very furry, very live surprise. A warm puppy, warm faces, warm Christmas. Lonnie Lardner, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
What a wonderful celebration, Marianne. That looks like fun.
I think so, Jim. Your family waiting for you tonight?
They are indeed.
They are not. No, I have no family. I'm a loner, Marianne, a rebel.
I hope so. Well, still ahead on Eyewitness News, the latest international news, and then the story of a youngster whose dream came true early this morning. And
Officer Doc Ock, or Officer Roy Orbison.
Later, a look back at a balmier Christmas past.
There are only 2 more weeks to wait. Telefirst is coming.
I have a confession to make. I'm considered a generous host, but with these Mauna Loa macadamia nuts, I find...
Have some of my nuts. I keep them in a bowl. I serve them to my guests.
My generosity sorely tested. These incomparable Hawaiian nuts are so delicately
People follow me to grab a hold of my nuts.
crunchy, so creamy smooth.
They're large and creamy. Yeah, that's what's his. I don't remember his name, but everybody likes his nuts. Is that Peter Graves?
So subtly exotic, they're almost too good to share.
Mauna Loa macadamias, may I?
Very well.
John, you're so generous.
I know.
Mauna Loa macadamia nuts from Hawaii, almost too good to share.
Diet Coke, yeah, Diet Coke.
Here's important news. Now, Diet Coke has NutraSweet, the new breakthrough sweetener
That's not something that. Wow, remember when that was like a selling point?
for even more real cola taste.
Cola taste with just 1 calorie. Living good with Diet Coke. Looking good with Diet Coke. Just for the taste of it.
Now, Diet Coke has NutraSweet.
Diet Coke.
There's all kinds of ways.
Yeah, gastrointestinal distress. Man, advertising was so sincere back then. You know, they just bathed in their bullshit back then.
Ways to enjoy a Las Vegas vacation. There's only one city that can do it all.
It's whining and dining and dinner and dancing. A tea off a forehand, a room with a view. The one-of-a-kind vacation place. Las Vegas.
That's right. We've kicked the mob out, and now you can have some fun for the whole family.
Las Vegas, the resort bargain of the world.
A Christmas gift tonight from the Chicago City Council. Rival factions have finally agreed on a budget for next year. Mayor Washington and his political foe, Alderman Ed Burke, both say tonight that details of the agreement will be announced Tuesday at the City Council meeting. From Washington, President Reagan called on Americans.
Yeah, the mob's still there. I remember that the Harold Washington election, because he was Chicago's first black mayor. And I remember all of the old school, like Richard Daley Democrats were, they thought Harold Washington was too, quote, progressive, a.k.a. that he was black. And they pushed for the Republican to win that race. So, yeah. So, some of those old school Democrats, they're yeah. It was like the last gasp of those fucking shitheads. Like, they were so racist, they wanted people to vote for the Republican.
To help the needy and the lonely this Christmas. In his Saturday radio address, the president also asked Americans to remember people in the Soviet bloc who were persecuted for wanting to celebrate Christmas or Hanukkah. And Mr. Reagan said, with patience and firmness, we can help to bring peace to the Mideast. Jim.
And in Beirut, it wasn't a particularly good Christmas weekend for the U.S. Marines, but they tried to make the best of it. As shelling shook the nearby mountains, Marine cooks turned out ham and turkey Christmas dinners for the 1,200 or so Americans stationed in that troubled land. Some of the Marines even found time for caroling.
Oh, come, all ye faithful, joyful and triumphant.
Those Marines celebrated Christmas a day early for security reasons. And in Vatican City, it's already Christmas Day. Thousands jam St. Peter's Square for the traditional midnight mass. Pope John Paul told the world to
look like you want to be here for the camera.
Rejoice in the birth of Jesus. And earlier, the Pope sang Polish Christmas carols with a group of his countrymen visiting in Rome. Ariane?
On this night, above all others, police officers show their hearts. Tickets aren't written, people are helped. And in the case of a dying boy in Glendale Heights, a dream comes true. Glendale Heights Patrol Officer Paul
Oh, wait, it's Officer Roy Orbison again. This guy gets around. He's fucking taking these little shits down.
Of a dying boy in Glendale Heights, a dream comes true. Glendale Heights Patrol Officer Paul Cerise had the early shift today, and his first assignment, picking up 8-year-old...
My dog, hear him, he's having a dream. Hold on, listen. My dog's sitting on the love seat behind me. He's having a little dream.
Old Chuck Haney, whose only dream is to be a cop. Cerise suited him up in an official police uniform at no small expense, and he and the other officers watched young Chuck's swearing in.
I guarantee at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. At least 6 of these guys, their last name ends in SKY.
Ceremony.
We have the privilege of appointing you honorary police officer at the Village of Glendale Heights. Congratulations, sir. And here's your appointment in Miss Richards.
I always wanted so I could help people.
Good for you.
Good for you, you little shit. Now get out there and bust some heads.
Says he only wants to help people, knows he has only 4 months to live. He's dying of a disease so rare that only 249 other people in the world have it. But Officer Haney has something else tonight, a badge that's almost a symbol of his own courage, thanks to the good officers of Glendale Heights. And what a nice Christmas story that is.
And coming up, some good news from our weather office. Alan Kraszewski has it next.
Yes, young Alan Kraszewski. Yeah, he just retired recently.
If you're looking for a very reliable and economical new car,
there we go. We got some new Toyotas and Datsuns in stock.
Test drive an 84 Chevette at Solozzi Edelson Chevrolet.
How economical? Only $47.95 for this full factory-equipped 1984 Chevette. And we have over 100 Chevettes ready.
They got over 100 Chevettes. Holy shit. $47.95. That's a deal.
For immediate delivery.
And remember, we guarantee you can't beat our prices on any new Chevrolet car or truck, or we'll give you back the difference in cash.
At Solozzi Edelson Chevrolet in Elmhurst at York and Roosevelt Roads.
For years.
Oh, they didn't say it. Well, you always save more money. This must be where you always save. So one time, I grew up watching Solozzi and Edelson commercials, right? And one time I was dating a lady. It was one of my exes. And she lived out in, she kind of lived around the area. And we were driving, and we hit the corner of York and Roosevelt. And I looked over, and I saw Solozzi Edelson. And I'm like, hey, look, it's Solozzi and Edelson. And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, where you always save more money? And she's like, uh-huh. And I'm like, you don't get it. Like, she grew up. She doesn't get it. You grew up around that area. It's like, no, you don't get it. When you grew up in the region, you grew up seeing these commercials your whole life, and you build up this, you build it up in your head. And it's like, no, you don't get it.
In Elmhurst at York and Roosevelt Roads.
For years, the English have been telling you that harvest can only be sipped after dinner in these silly little glasses. Look here, and I shall expose...
It's a drug for the world. It gives worms to ex-girlfriends.
The truth. This is an English Christmas party. These people find harvest delicious.
Harvey's Bristol Cream. This was something, again, early 80s, well into the mid-80s. I remember seeing commercials for Harvey's Bristol Cream, which is like a cream sherry. Never tried it, probably tastes like shit. But holy hell with their commercials. They were hawking this shit constantly.
Up over ice or with a wedge of lime. Their greatest fear is that the Americans will find out, drink it all, and leave them dry. Watch. A Peter Coke for American television. Need I say more?
Give Harvey's the taste you don't have to sip to enjoy.
Well, we've all had it with this nasty cold, of course, but just to
check that thing. Check that link. It's the worms thing.
rub it in a little more, think back to last Christmas. Yes, this was the scene 1 year ago today. It was a balmy 62 degrees here in Chicago. People took advantage of the weather, strolling on the lakefront, shopping in shirt sleeves. Who's to say there's no such...
Wait a minute. I thought it was cold. What are you talking about? Wait, what?
Well, we've all had it with this nasty cold, of course, but just to rub it in a little more, think back to last Christmas. Yes, this...
Oh, that's from Brain Candy.
Was the scene 1 year ago today. It was a balmy 62 degrees here in Chicago. People took advantage of the weather, strolling on the lakefront, shopping in shirt sleeves. Who's to say there's no such thing as the good old days?
That seems like ancient history. I think today we'd settle for some balmy 10 above. Alan Krzyzewski, you have the weather.
I have to watch that movie again. It's been a while since I watched it all the way through. Very underrated movie. Whatever happened? Yeah, that's something you don't see anymore. Or at least I haven't seen it.
If we could only go back to those temperatures of last year right now, just for a couple moments so that we could...
I remember being a kid and watching these weather forecasts and be like, man, I want to live in Phoenix. I want to live in Arizona. And then I lived out there for a year and I was like, I want to get the fuck out of here.
Enjoy it for a bit and then possibly go back to this colder weather. Well, my friends, it is the night before Christmas. As you all very well know, we've been dealing with temperatures that have been way far below normal. Now, this map behind me shows all today's highs, but it's really...
Well, not a year. It was actually about 6 months.
A misnomer of sorts, and I'll be showing you why.
Half a year.
Because from Bismarck down to Dallas, people's teeth chattered. Nearly 100 low-temperature records were shattered. Now, on our satellite picture tonight, it really becomes quite clear. There's one high-pressure far and one high-pressure near that are bringing down that very cold Arctic air right around here. Cold air over the lakes, you know what to expect. It's nature's very own misery called lake effect. Indiana and Michigan. Well, they certainly know some areas there are getting...
Yes, if you live in LaPorte County, you know very well above it. 7 years in the desert. I think it's a wash with good versus bad there versus here. You know, Arizona, I think it's kind of like New Mexico, where it really depends on where in the state you live. Because I lived in the Phoenix area, so it was always fucking hot all the time, you know. Yeah, Arizona is, I mean, like, unless you want a gun, it's a great place to go if you want a gun. Holy shit. There was a place, I think Jay knows about it. Jay's not watching right now, but there was like this place that used to sell postage stamps and guns.
Getting 10 inches of snow. Well, perhaps there's a question that's now on your mind. If you're traveling far, is it snow that you'll find? Well, from Montana to Texas.
I don't know. I'm getting a stream's current bit rate is lower than recommended. Okay, it went away. Never mind.
New York and Maine. There's snow all over the ground, but that's really not a shame. It will be a white Christmas for half of the nation from Sault Ste. Marie all the way down to Texas, near Slayton. Well, with snow on the ground, it's really no surprise that very cold temperatures...
There were places where you could buy a pickup truck and they'd throw in a new gun. I believe it. I believe it.
We'll still be making up our Christmas highs. You will notice that we could be...
I know there was places where, like, if you signed up for a new bank account, they'd give you a gun. They'd give you a shotgun or something.
Above zero, but that's certainly better than 20 below. But the best news tonight, I really...
Because, like, if it's a rifles you can get fairly easily. Any kind of a long gun, you can, even to this day in many states, you can get, including this state, You can get them fairly easily. It's pistols that are kind of the pain in the ass to get. Or it takes not a pain in the ass. It's just a little extra. You got to jump through a few hoops.
Haven't told of you yet. It's about this airstream that we call the jet. Well, it's been coming from way up here, actually further, near Santa and actually his trusty reindeer. Well, it's really the cause for winter coming on so strong, and the good news is that it's not going to be around long. Come Monday,
blame Canada,
you're going to start to see some definite change as those upper air currents become...
Yeah, I say long guns because that covers a lot of different weapons, but yeah. Yeah, for a pistol, it's like, yeah, you got to... I... See, the last pistol I bought, which I still have, was literally like late 90s, early 2000s. So, yeah, they didn't have the waiting period yet. But, you know, they had the background check and all that shit.
Rearrange. The colder air will take a more northerly track, while some warmer air will begin to make a comeback. So the warmer temperatures are what we will get, at least by Monday or Tuesday, I bet. But for a more definite answer on how long this cold will last, let's take a look at tonight's forecast.
Oh, he's rhyming there. He's throwing down a rap.
This evening, you can expect very bitter cold temperatures for the big guy as the Claus makes his arrival. Traveler's advisory in outlying areas for some blowing snow, and we could have some light snow developing by morning. Dangerous wind chills. As I said earlier in the show, cook it down to about 65 degrees, feel like 65 degrees below zero. For Christmas Day, you'll have scattered gift wrap all over the place, and maybe some light snow developing in the morning hours. Warmer temperatures, though, we could get up to 5 degrees. How about that? Christmas night, partly cloudy skies, not so cold as past nights. Low temperatures may be getting down, below zero anyway. But here's your extended forecast then.
I do not miss winter in the city. I said it earlier on the stream, but I do not miss that this time of year. When I worked in the city, it was no more.
Monday, cloudy and warmer. On Tuesday and Wednesday, we could see some snow, but the big story is as we get to Tuesday that the temperatures are going to be climbing up, may even hit 20 degrees. Merry Christmas to all, and have a good night.
You made a terrible weather situation terrific. Merry Christmas to you.
You too.
An inspiration. And coming.
I want to say Marianne Childers is married to... No, not him. Sorry. I want to say she's married to another. Yeah, she's married to Jay Levine. That's right.
Coming up, big news for the pack.
I was not a responsible gun owner. Yeah, I did some dumb shit too, man. Especially around New Year's Eve, actually. I remember one year I had a Beretta 92 FS, which was just like the 92F. It was a stainless, nice gun. And I bought a box of green tracers. And I remember New Year's Eve, I literally stuck the gun out of my bedroom window and emptied the mag. Yeah. I wouldn't even think of doing something like that now.
Plus a close game, a really tough rival for the Illini. Jim Rose has it all next.
Yeah, the gun I have now, I just have a Smith & Wesson 38 snub. And I don't have a concealed, I don't carry it, but if I wanted to, it'd be a good gun to carry.
Wendy's new hot stuffed baked potatoes. Delicious baked potatoes stuffed 5 ways. Get one with cheese.
Zippity bop, get some cheese and bacon on that shit. Yeah.
Bacon and cheese. Broccoli and cheese. Chili and cheese.
I do have a shotgun, but it's, yeah. I do have a 12 gauge, but I just kind of forgot about that because it hasn't been used in a while. I'm not just one next to where it's... Yeah, I have one. It's in my nightstand. And yeah, it's ready to go. But, with revolvers, it's not... It's got a shrouded hammer. So, you basically, the only way you can fire it is just pull the trigger.
Sour cream and chives. For Wendy's kind of people. Try some cool stuff. Wendy's new side salad, deliciously sized to go with hot stuff or any other Wendy's stuff.
Back when Wendy's was, that's another thing. I wish I could, if I could go back in time for something stupid, I wish I could go back in time to about 1983 and get Wendy's. Get like a Wendy's chili and a baked potato or like a Wendy's burger. And I just want to eat it. And I want to be like, is it better back then than it is now? I suspect it is, but that could be my bias, That could be rose-colored nostalgia glasses kicking in.
As in capper, 10. As in perfect. Cap 10. The perfect capper for a healthy thirst. Cap 10. Is the nothing fake, phony, or ungood drink. No sugar, added salts, or artificial anything. Cap 10. Cap 10. Perfect, pure artesian mineral water.
What the? I never heard of that shit at all. That's like 80s LaCroix.
Thirst-drenching, dazzling effervescence. Cap 10. The perfect taste of nature's
Or 80s Pellegrino.
favorite flavors. Natural lemon, natural lime, natural orange. Or just plain natural. Cap 10. The perfect capper for a healthy thirst.
Dear Republic Airlines, like most account managers, I'd be lost without my appointment book. So when I lost it, your mechanic in Chicago, Joe Orenick, not only found my book, he called my office to say he found.
Boy, they couldn't. I see. They did this. Whoever did the casting for this commercial, like this guy looks like he's from Chicago. Hey, I found your fucking wallet. Yeah, it was under the seat. It's got a bunch of fucking money in it. What the hell were you doing? Who keeps this much cash in their wallet? What are you, some kind of fucking whack job?
Then returned it with a note that said, "Thanks for flying Republic. We'd like to serve you again soon. You will, Republic. You will."
Every year, Republic gets thousands of letters that really say the same thing. Nobody serves our Republic like the
What are you, some kind of fruit bag?
Republic.
Awesome.
And all because the lady loves Milk Tray. An
I want commercials like this again.
extraordinary assortment of the finest Cadbury's milk
Just ridiculous, over-the-top commercials for fucking chocolates.
chocolates. Milk Tray, new from Cadbury.
Not even really high-end chocolates either.
Jim, you're under a great deal of pressure to come up with a rhyme for your entire sportscasting.
Well, I don't think I can rhyme them as well as Alan could just a couple of moments ago, but it's a Christmas stocking surprise, no doubt.
Damn, Jim Rose, look at how young he was. He was a baby.
For Green Bay Packer fans, it was somewhat of a surprise to me this morning. The Green Bay Packers named Forrest Gregg as their new head football coach, replacing Bart Starr, who was fired earlier this week. Gregg played on those great Packer teams of the 60s and was called, quote, the greatest player I ever coached by Vince Lombardi. Gregg perhaps is the Packer who most resembles Lombardi in demeanor. Starr, in the eyes of the Packer organization, didn't live up to the billing. And Packer president Robert Perrin stayed within the...
Man, I could just do live streams for the next year of just these old Chicago news broadcasts. It just takes me back.
Family with Gregg.
We are pleased to announce that Forrest Gregg is the new head coach of the Green Bay Packers. We reached agreement with Forrest on a contract at a meeting yesterday. The first contact was made on Wednesday of this week when we asked Mike Brown of the Cincinnati Bengals for permission to talk to Forrest Gregg. The contract is for a term of 5 years, and that he will have full responsibility for our football operations.
Did the Bengals make any offer for you to stay as head coach at Cincinnati? Cincinnati Bengals.
Yeah, 83. I mean, I don't want to date myself, but I was a kid. I was quite little. You know, I was in elementary school, barely. But you know, it's like I don't really, you know, when I look back, 1983, I don't really have too many memories from that time, just kind of like snapshots of things.
Gave me permission to talk to Green Bay. I talked to Green Bay, and I talked to...
Yeah, they feel real. Like this all just feels appropriate for the time.
appearance after we finished our conversation.
That guy's really taking this phone call seriously. Before 86-ish. I remember... I do remember one thing that happened in 82 I won't go into, but I remember... Oh, man. Like, I remember the Bears. I remember the I remember the 85 Bears, barely. Yeah, that as far as local shit, that's about the big thing I remember.
There was no question in my mind what I wanted to do.
Okay, Forrest Gregg, new head man up in Green Bay. Well, this afternoon at the Kingdome in Seattle, the Seahawks whipped the Denver Broncos real bad. It was no contest, a real stomp job, folks, as Chuck Knox takes the first playoff-bound Seattle team one step closer to the Super Bowl. David Craig,
the AFC,
was 12 of 13 passes this day. He did a number in the Kingdome. This one's to Steve Largent for 17 yards and the touchdown. Steve DeBerg, who came off the injured reserve list, was started for Denver, and he'll hit Jesse James Miles there for 16 yards.
The Challenger. I remember the Challenger. I remember being in school. I know a lot of people talk about, like, yeah, they played it in school, like they brought a TV in and then all that horrible shit happened. I don't remember that. I just remember being in school, and then I remember coming home and seeing it on the news or something. Yeah.
And the Broncos were back in it, but not for long, though. Seattle went up 10-7 as Craig will hit a former basketball player from Illinois Wesleyan, Pete Metzlars, and the hometown fans knew they were headed for Miami. Just for good measure, though, Craig hooks up with Paul Johns, and Denver loses to Seattle.
Damn, they kicked the shit out of them.
31-17 in the wild card. Meanwhile, at the Sun Bowl, the temperature dropped 68 degrees yesterday to 24. That touchdown there by Ricky Moore gave Alabama a 7-0 lead. The next time Alabama got the ball, Moore ran it in from 11 yards out, and it was 14-0 Crimson Tide. And what, frankly, folks, is a pretty good shocker, because SMU is supposed to be one of the best football teams in the country. Walter Lewis scores there on the keeper, making it 21-0, and then Lewis will come back to hit Joey Jones, number 4, for another touchdown strike. That's really...
And nothing else till you turn 30. Yeah, it was all a blur. Yeah. There was some shit that happened. I don't know. There was some movies and some game shows, and I don't know. I went to school. I went to a high school, I think. I don't know.
All Alabama needed. They led 28-0. The Mustangs finally got a touchdown to avoid the goose eggs on the scoreboard. Alabama wins the Sun Bowl 28-7 over SMU.
It really is nonsense. Like, especially like junior high, high school. Like, holy shit. Nothing more pathetic than running into somebody that, like, still talks about high school like it happened last year. It's like, ugh. It's like, really? You're still talking about that shit?
Well, a last-second shot by James Blackman provided Joe B. Hall with a Christmas present he might not have gotten in Champaign today. Kentucky beat Illinois by 2 points at Assembly Hall. The Illini led by 7 at halftime, and the game had to be officiated by non-Big Ten refs, 2 of whom wore jeans. They were high school referees this afternoon, and there's one of the gentlemen. They did a pretty good job. Now, George Montgomery will be the recipient of a steal.
Despite the jeans, they did a good job.
Here on an Ephraim Winters pass. He'll score to make it 23-22 Illinois before 7,600 fans. Now, Doug Altenberger led the Fighting Illini with 19 points. Nice shot there. But in the second half, watch Sam Bowie, the All-American center. He'll eventually wind up with the ball in the paint. That's down the lane. He scored 11 today for Big Sam. With 18 seconds left on the clock, Blue Island Eisenhower's Quinn Richardson will pop from the outside. That tied the game at 54. But now Blackman will get the game-winning heroics with 1 second on the clock. He'll score the bank shot, and it's a 56-54 victory for Kentucky.
Damn.
Well, this game here, Boston College against Maryland, was not as close as that one. This is Michael Adams, though, scoring for Boston College on the lay-in. Then after that, it was all Maryland. Jeff Adkins from the outside, nice jump shot. Adrian Branch is one cool junior for the Terrapins. He'll score a nice shot here to make it 31-18. The game was all but over. It didn't matter, though. BC tried to come back in the second half. Ben Coleman will get the block shot.
Oh, no.
Make the stuff. And then we'll get one more slam jam. Hermanville there. Maryland beats Boston College 89-76. Well, George Steinbrenner's back in the news again. This time, the Yankee owner is going to have to spend a lot of money since taking over the team in January of 1973.
Oh, man. Fucking George Costanza is going to have a tough time now.
He's been involved in at least 11 fines or court suits. Well, today, the commissioner fined him $250,000 for the Yankees' involvement in the pine tar incident. So, no happy Christmas for George, but Merry Christmas to everybody.
Thank you, Jim. And finally tonight, we'd simply like to wish you and yours a peaceful and very happy holiday. Jim and I'll be back tomorrow night after the Sunday night movie, Funny Lady. And right now, we invite you to stay tuned for the ABC News Weekend Report. From all of us at Eyewitness News, good night and Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Wow. Look at that fucking desk. Look at that thing. Man.
He was a man chosen to lead where others had failed.
Anthony Quinn.
The shoes.
I was very scared.
Oh shit. All right. Well, anyways, I'm gonna call it. I've been going since about, I don't know, 10, quarter to 11, something like that. Anyways, let me. That's not what I want. Anyways, thanks Ian. Thanks Ian for tuning in. It was a quiet night tonight. I know a lot of folks are spending, they're probably passed out, enjoying the Christmas holiday. I get it. Feel free to watch the full, the VOD or the rebroadcast or whatever it is on YouTube. But until next time, I had a lot of fun here. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year, especially. I want to do another stream before the end of the year. I got some material lined up, or some content lined up. So maybe I'll do something like, if I don't do New Year's Eve, it'll be like maybe New Year's Eve, because I don't plan on going out. So until next time, once again, thanks Ian. I want to thank Ian. I want to thank Jay and Buddy and Garrett for watching in the future. I want to thank Sinbad. I want to thank Steve Harvey. I want to thank Marianne Childers. I want to thank Alan Kraszewski. I want to thank Jim Rose. I want to thank the Oldsmobile Omega. Until next time, folks. That's all I got.
I am the Holy
You
One.
the Holy One. I'm gonna give you a chili dog. I love you.
Well,
I'm gonna give you a Pittsburgh platter.
that's what I want.
You want a Cincinnati bow tie?
That's what I want.
Yeah, man. That's the way we're gonna do it.